Patrick. You're watching the Oilers Rundown, coming to you live from Rogers Place, joined by Tyson from Dolany TV and Brendan from Gillies TV. We were all down here for Fan Day today. Fantastic day. We all picked up some stuff from the locker room sale, had a lot of fun watching the scrimmage. All the big guns were there for the Oilers: McDavid, Draisaitl, Arvidsson, Skinner. Unfortunately, because they were in that scrimmage, they will not be playing in tonight's first preseason game against the Winnipeg Jets that we will also be attending tonight. But yeah, guys, your thoughts on Fan Day, the scrimmage?
I think definitely if you're interested in getting down to the locker room sale, I have to kind of pan out your advice here. Is you got to find somebody that you know has season tickets, get a hold of their little access code, come on down early or in and out within the first hour. And the lineup was massive. That's my biggest takeaway is You think this stuff is popular throughout the season, people obviously at auctions and stuff. Wow, there was a crowd for just the locker room sale, let alone the practice itself.
Oh yeah, there was people taking like hockey bags full of stuff. We were all pretty conservative. Tyson got some Derek Ryan gloves and stuff like that. I only bought a Stanley Cup final hoodie and a few other things. I got a trip coming up, so I couldn't go too crazy. What did you grab, Brendan?
Just a couple shirts for the kids and the wife and one of the body armor water bottles.
Yeah, no, some definitely great deals. If you haven't been to Fan Day before, definitely check it out next year. They do have some locker room sales throughout the year, but this is definitely the one to come to. So we wanted to cover some news from yesterday. The Edmonton Oilers announcing a bunch of new hockey ops hires, and their names aren't fresh in my head, so Tyson has the list here. We'll go
You're
through
going to
them.
get me to pronounce them. Okay. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
So obviously what we already knew was Zach Kassian was joining the Oilers as a pro scout. Warren Reichel has been promoted to Oilers Director of Pro Scouting. And of course, then you have the additions of Aaron Nagy, Eric Ellens, and Dominic Zrim. I want to make sure we get that one right because that's an important one. And David Evan Ochko, I think is how you pronounce that.
Yeah.
I don't want to screw that up too bad, but I'll go safely through it slowly as well. So those are the new additions. Now, one of them, Dominic Zrim, I believe, is one of the masterminds behind Cap Friendly.
Yes, he was one of the co-founders, so this is like a huge, massive get for the Edmonton Oilers. That was definitely the most exciting one, and I think definitely another thing we have to take out of that with Warren Reichel being named Director of Pro Scouting. That was one of the positions held by Brad Holland, who left the Edmonton Oilers last week, so maybe possibly the Oilers aren't bringing in another assistant GM. They do still have Bill Scott and Keith Gretzky, of course, so Stan Bowen might just feel they have enough people covering as is, and like I said, with Warren Reichel taking that Director of Pro Scouting, that may be the result. No other assistant GMs being hired, so LMS killer, yes, that's part of the reason they shut down Cap Friendly, but the Washington Capitals purchasing them.
Yeah,
so,
that was the death of it.
Yeah, so Puckpedia is the new big one now, but Dominic Zrim is definitely a huge get for the Edmonton Oilers. Really excited about that one, and Warren Reichel, I think he should do a great job. He's been working through the organization for a few years now, and obviously if he's got the confidence of Jeff Jackson, that's definitely a big thing there. And Zach Kassian, we know, will be operating out of Ontario under Warren Reichel. So yeah, that kind of probably the Zach Kassian hiring freed up Warren Reichel a bit more to take this Director of Pro Scouting position. So the other big news we wanted to cover, of course, Evander Kane had his surgery on Friday. We know about that, but Elliot Friedman put out a report this morning that they're expecting Evander Kane back in January or February. We haven't heard anything officially from the Edmonton Oilers yet, but with a January-February return, that is almost pushing into trade deadline time. So I don't know, what do you guys think? Can the Oilers hold this out to the trade deadline, or do you think he comes back in January or February?
Well, we got to kind of remember he hasn't skated since the playoffs.
Yeah.
So add a couple weeks for him to skate, get his legs under him at practice. That does push it a little bit. It's going to be a tough go, but it really comes down to how Kane is feeling and if he can even go that early. That's more the earliest he can go is January.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get into February, the thing with that is you're going to end up seeing, February, like Brendan's saying, what time of February? Is it February 1st or is it February 15th?
Yeah.
Because you get 2 weeks of skating in there. You might as well give them that third week, get to your trade deadline, figure out who's here, who's not here. So you kind of get that situation where it could work out perfect, but there's still a lot of, like we're saying, if it's January, that's a whole different ballpark. If it's February, I think it gets a lot easier for the Oilers.
Yeah, because I think March 9th, if I remember correctly, was the trade deadline, so it's pretty close. A couple questions in there. I don't think we're seeing Bo Akey tonight, and someone asked who I think wins tonight. Well, of course I'm going with the Oilers, but we mentioned off the top there will be no big names in the lineup for the Edmonton Oilers, all younger guys. We will get to see guys like Ty Emberson coming in, Travis Dermott here on a PTO, Mike Hoffman here on a PTO. So they're going to...
All guys that already entered the arena just about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, we got to meet quite a few of them coming in, so that was pretty awesome. So don't know who's starting. I do have kind of my fingers crossed. I don't know if you guys remember, but I'm a big fan of Brett Brochu, who should be playing probably third stringer Bakersfield or one of the main guys in Fort Wayne, but I would love to see him at least get half the game. I imagine they're probably splitting half and half between two goalies. We did see Olivier Rodrigue come in, so I imagine he's one of the guys going tonight. So yeah, guys, Evander Kane, January, February, no big guns for tonight, but a chance for other guys to show what they can do. Matt Savoy should be in tonight, Oilers fan 858. I don't think we saw him coming in, but he wasn't. Everyone who wasn't at the scrimmage or open practice today for the Oilers is playing tonight, so Matt Savoy wasn't there, so he should be in the lineup tonight. So I think that was everything, guys, but is there anything else you want to add there before we wrap up?
No, it was a good fan day. I do encourage if everyone can come out next year. That open practice was fun. Draisaitl scoring that goal and celebrating at the end of it. He made the whole team laugh, and it was just overall a great morning. I keep saying day, and it's only 1 o'clock.
Yeah, we're only started here. I guess the game's also at 4 o'clock. So
yeah, 4 o'clock start tonight. Yeah,
so.
And then the big, well, I guess not double header, but split squad game in Calgary and game at Edmonton tomorrow. And hey, Cool Cash 8, and sorry, I saw someone else in the chat mention they missed us, so sorry. Hopefully we can catch you at another game this season, but I think I'll wrap it up there for tonight, guys, and yeah, I should be talking to you probably tomorrow, see how things go tonight with the Oilers and Jets, and then 2 big games against the Flames tomorrow. So thank you to Tyson from Delany TV, Brendan from Gillies TV for joining me. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan. See you soon, guys.